This is Vince with Listings to Leads, and this is kind of a getting started call for Keller Williams Elk River. So when you get your ID and password, you're going to log in up at the top right up here at login. Don't start a free trial because you don't need a free trial. The office is picking this up. So when we click login, I'm going to go into my account. I'm not going to go into your Keller Williams account, and we'll look at kind of what I have. But it's exactly the same, so we can kind of see what we have. When you get in, there's always a pop-up page, like right here in the middle. And most of us are trained to just ignore that and click around it and go around it. But since you're new, I definitely want you to know what's here. We usually have the latest webinar of what's really exciting, right? And right now, this call with Shannon Pyatt is a realtor in the East Coast, or the eastern side of the country, generating a ton of leads using our landing pages and Facebook advertising. And we're going to kind of touch into that today. We also have live classes every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. If you want to learn how to really use Facebook and master it and generate a ton of leads, definitely recommend you join us. The Monday call, we always kind of cover the basics. And then Wednesday is usually kind of the new and fun tools. When you click to the left of that or outside of that, it closes that. And then we get into the page, and there are a couple things I want to point out. We have clicked to join our mastermind group. A lot of our clients are there talking about what's working, how to use our tools, how they are using our tools, getting answers, and people are giving a lot of great ideas. I'll probably show you a couple a little bit later. Then we've got a lot of online tutorials. We do have a section here called Facebook advertising. So as I mentioned, it's kind of a big topic around here. You can click that button and there's a lot of information and tutorials of what to do. We also have a really nice open house lead generation system, whether it's your listing or not. If you want to hold an open house and you want to get some leads, make sure the open house is in Listings to Leads. We'll send you a bunch of tools and it will really do really well. We also have a listing presentation you can download. Then some of this stuff up here and getting started to automate. It's basically you want to check your profile, so definitely check that out and go handle your profile. I am going to point out one thing right here though. We're going to go to the profile since you are all new, and there's a couple of big things that I want you to be aware of. First of all, your email should be here, right? And if you've got an assistant where you want leads to go to, you can type in their email address and send leads to, or if you want the marketing tools to go to somebody else, you can do that right here. Also, when you scroll down here, we've already got your color chosen, but if you're a showcase real estate agent at realtor.com, you can check this and we'll auto upload our branded virtual tours to realtor.com automatically. But one thing that everybody always sort of has questions about is the YouTube connection here. And so if you have your own YouTube channel, you can click this link here and it will take you through the process of connecting to your YouTube channel. Then just check this box and we'll start auto uploading virtual tours to your system. And then of course you could put your own social network things, and we put links in where relevant. Okay, and then save any changes you make on this page. So from there, I want to kind of get into quickly one of the big differences with Listings to Leads. I'm going to go to the listings page and we'll kind of get a sense of what our tools are. Your listings are automatically flowing to us from KWLS to ListHub to us, right? And when that happens, they show up right here in the listings page, and this is kind of the dashboard of what we've got here. And very quickly, some of the most important tools that you should know about are the single property website, the virtual tour, our e-flyer campaigns, and our Facebook campaigns. These are all free tools, and they work really well at generating both buyer leads and referrals. You might even get some listing leads too, because we got, what is your homework built in. And when we look at that, those are the things that I really want you to get your arms around, right? Over here, listing landing page is a landing page for each listing. When you get into the more advanced stuff like Facebook and you want everybody in your city to know that you have a home for sale, sometimes people use a listing landing page. We also will set up a blog for your office and we'll post every listing to that blog with your contact information as the agent and also your lead generation links. Okay. You've also got a way to post to Craigslist. Now, what I'm talking about when I say lead generation links, I'm going to click this Abingdon one here and let's see if this is going to work for me. I just clicked the red button with the white house. It's a single property website. And here, I think we've got a video installed, but you can get a sense of what we have here. We've got a single property website. The video is dragging, so we'll kind of bear with that. Let's just back out of this one and go to another one, because that's going to be a whole different property. So let me close that. And what I want to look at instead is this one here on Buffalo Drive. Or actually in Buffalo, it's on Viking Drive. So you can see there's a kind of a pop-up to just, you know, get leads. And so this is our single property website. I'm going to refresh it. It was one I was working on earlier, but I changed it so that it kind of looks like your area, right? And here are some of the elements of what's important about listings to leads that you should be thinking of first. You see on the top right it says just listed. That banner flows through our single property website that we're looking at now. It flows through our virtual tour. It flows through our e-flyers. It flows through blog posts. And what's relevant about that is that you can actually change that banner to say coming soon, just listed, open house, price reduced, under contract, and even just sold, right? So we don't want you to just market a home one time and forget about it. We want you to market a lot. And we're going to send these tools to you automatically. So you got to take them and just follow the instructions as you receive them in your email. So that's one big differentiator for listings to leads and what we do. The other thing is over here on the left, like you see my picture here, and that would be you, and you're going to be the real estate agent. And above that are some links that say search all homes and what is your home worth. So that's cool because obviously follow this home, you can click this and that's going to give us a lead capture. You can schedule a showing, but you know that when your home is seen online, the majority of people do not want to buy your home, right? That's just, you know, it's just how it is. But if they clicked on it and they're looking at it for any reason, it's probably because they're interested in property. So since this home is in Buffalo, how do we get that kind of person who's interested in a home in Buffalo to interact with this page and do something, right? And to become, to get to us. We know they're interested in property. They just maybe don't want this one. So what do? We go to listings to leads and we check this green button that says select lead gen links. And when you click it, it brings us here, right? And these are all the links that are inside my account. So how do you get links inside your account, right? This is how you do it. First of all, you find your website. Now that home is Buffalo. So one home that I want to, then I want to have a Buffalo link. This is an eEdge market leader site from Trent there in your office. And down on the buy page are these really nice pages, and one says Buffalo. And I'm going to click on that. And if you're using eEdge, we highly recommend that you follow these steps and work with eEdge this way. So this page has all of the Buffalo homes, right? And if I, as just a random consumer, fall on this page and start clicking, in about 5 clicks or 3, I'm going to have to register. And that's when you get a buyer lead. Now, you can't see it because it's outside of my recording area, but I'm actually copying the hyperlink at the top of the web address for that page. And I'm going to go over to listings to leads. And we're talking about building lead generation links. And while this might sound kind of random, it's actually really powerful stuff, and I'll show you in a second why. You click on template. Your logo will be there, your banners will be there, and above your logo, it's going to say links and landing pages. And there are a couple of links that are important for a property in Buffalo, and one of them is Buffalo homes for sale, right? That kind of makes sense. If they don't want that, what else would they want? They'd want to see Buffalo homes for sale, right? And since there is a listing in Buffalo in my account, it's going to show up right here in this drop down. And if there isn't, you can go up here in this box and type in the name of your city and click add, and it will put it in that drop down. And what's nice about that drop down is right now, if I say Buffalo Homes for sale, and I paste a link into my market leader site, and I say anytime a listing comes in Buffalo, give it this link automatically. I don't even want to touch it. That's what it's going to do. So we're going to save this at the bottom. Actually, we're going to do one more. And so the reason why we even do this is we want click-throughs and we want leads, right? You guys want leads. That's why we're talking. And I'm going to click add more links. And another really important link for Buffalo probably has to do with the price where homes sell off, off the charts. And I'm just going to say, for sake of conversation, that homes under 300,000 sell real fast in Buffalo. That's what people are really looking for. So I'm going to do that search, and then I'm going to get a different result. And I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to say, boop, copy, and I'm going to go back to listings to leads, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to say Buffalo Homes under 300K. I do it like that because you don't want it to be too long. It starts to be messy. Don't put 300,000. Spell it correctly, capitalize it correctly, because it actually shows up on your ads. Okay? So I'm going to say, yeah, anytime that there is a listing in Buffalo, I want them to have those two links. So that's what I've just done, and I click save. So let's wait a second for that to save. And I know this seems a little bit like minutia, but this is what really helps in some of the nicest lead generation, especially when you're marketing. When you're marketing listings, you want to be able to, to definitely use that. So let's see here. We'll go back to listings. And we will click, now we're going to click the select lead generation links. And are my Buffalo homes there? They are right here. So I'm going to click Buffalo Homes for sale and Buffalo Homes under 300K. What is your home worth I always want? And search all homes I always want. And I'm going to click save. And I got my two Buffalo homes up there, so I'm going to click great, save and close. Now, when we refresh our single property website, which is asking us to register again, we're going to see these links here change. So not only will it say search all homes, but it will also say Buffalo Homes for sale and Buffalo Homes under 300K. Okay? So that's nice. And I'll tell you, these links, we have about a 30% click-through rate. So when somebody sees one of our tools, 30% of people will click a link like that and go to your website. If you put more, if you think out the links that are really important, maybe it's a great neighborhood in Buffalo where everybody likes to buy homes. Maybe it's a price point like the kind I just set up there. When people click this link, what are we doing? We're driving that consumer right to your website, and you can capture buyers on your website. Okay? Market Leader's a great site. I don't know if you've got a lot of traffic there, but this is a great way to get traffic there. So this is the single property website. We highly recommend that you use these share buttons underneath the page, or underneath the picture, your picture, and share it to Facebook #1, Pinterest #2, these other three, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn. Share it if you like to talk about social networking. It doesn't do a whole lot in terms of lead generation. But now, if we keep moving down the line, we also have a really cool virtual tour. So I'm going to click the virtual tour. And since you're at Keller Williams, this is what you need to do with our virtual tour. It's generated automatically from the photographs that come in from the listing feed. And when you click branded virtual tours, it's going to show you the branded virtual tour. You can click this button here, copy. I'll click it, and it's going to tell me it's been copied. Okay, copied. And then here, I'm going to click on the link and show you. And it looks really similar to the virtual tour, except there's to the single property website, except there is a video that's going to be loading. So just listed is the status. Again, you could have changed that status. You've got the lead generation links on the left-hand side. So what do I do with this? You, being at Keller Williams, take the hyperlink that I copied, and you find your listing in KWLS. You click on the virtual tour tab and you paste it in there. They will syndicate this virtual tour with those hyperlinks to your website to over 300 websites. All the ones you know and love, and many that you've never heard of. So that's what you do with our virtual tour, okay? You can share it, all kinds of great stuff like that too, but get it on KWLS. So as we go back to the listings page, those are the first two buttons, right? Or the first two red buttons. Single property website and virtual tour. I showed you how to get up to YouTube, how to connect your profile. But if you have listings in there or it just doesn't get up to YouTube, you can click any YouTube button and it will take you to this page and click YouTube, and it says, oh, you're not associated. There should be a button that says generate YouTube, and that's because I don't have my profile connected. There's a button there that says generate YouTube video. Just click that, it will push it up to YouTube for you. So I'll go back to listings, and then we'll talk about the next thing. So if you want to throw in questions, there is a chat panel. I will address the questions, but I'm going to kind of take a quick slowdown here and let you know a couple of things. We're going to jump into the Facebook and the eFlyer programs, and these are awesome for generating referrals and buyer leads. Now, everybody loves online leads, but really referrals are where it's at. So there's a system here that's fully designed to help you generate referrals while marketing the home and also to generate buyers at the same time. So you'll notice that underneath my YouTube and underneath my Facebook and eFlyers, a couple of the buttons are green, and then some of my buttons are black. Green means you need to do something. It's not out. Black means it's been done, so you don't need to kind of worry about that. But for this Viking home or Buffalo home, I want to click on the eFlyer and I want to talk about what we want to be doing, what you want to be doing. So when you think of eFlyers, I know Keller Williams has a lot of eFlyers, right? I mean, I don't know how many vendors are making eFlyers for you. And they're great because they look good, right? They look really good, and that's nice. And that's great if somebody calls you and they say, oh yeah, I'm interested in this home, great, let me send you a flyer. And all that does is it talks about the home, and it says, call me if you got questions or email me. But we have to kind of like go with the assumption that people don't want to talk to us all the time, right? They just don't. So what our flyers do is we want people to learn about the homes you have for sale multiple times. And that status is part of it. But also we want tools to go out. So we have a series of e-flyers. And the first one is this seller engagement email. You can click view when it's appropriate. And you'll know that it'll have your banner. This is my banner. It'll have the first few images of the home, and it's going to say this home is being marketed, okay? And it's got a lot of graphics, and it's got a lot to read. And it's even got some links to the live tools. And this is designed to go to your seller. So it's going to have your picture there and your Keller Williams logo, and it's going to say, I'm doing all this to market your home. And we're doing this because we want that client to be excited so that when we start sending them the next flyer, which is automatically going to get sent to you, this is the just listed e-flyer. I'm going to click view here, and you're going to see it's like, it says just listed. It looks nice. It's got the information on the home. It's got your information down below. And then it's got these lead generation links, right? Buffalo homes. things like that. That's really what we're after. We want people to look at this and actually somehow become a lead with us, right? This is Market Snapshot. If you have something like that, you can add it to the flyers. That's great. But here's a big deal, the big reason why we do our flyers this way. When you receive it in your email, there's a message here, and it says, "Dear friends, we've hired, Vince Mays at Lafayette Realty. This is going to be you at Keller Williams Elk River to sell our home, and he's created this and many other things to increase the market. Please forward this to as many people as you can so we can get our home sold faster." And that's the gist of this, okay? This tool is designed to go to your clients and be talking about you every time, right? And you can see that we've got things for open houses, under contract, pending, just sold. So let's close that and let's find a just sold. And what would an e-flyer look like if it was just? Actually, it looks very similar, right? It doesn't look terribly different because it's got your branding and it's got your colors. But the message is totally different. Dear friends, Vincent sold our home, did an excellent job for marketing us. His work paid off. We'd like to recommend him. If you got to sell or buy anything, here's his contact information. So this is a pre-written testimonial that automatically comes from listings to leads to your mailbox. You got to forward it, and every time you receive a flyer like this, click the forward button, take off the information that is not necessary, send it to your client, and call them for 5 seconds and just say, "Hey, I just sent you a couple tools. Please forward on that email, and please put that Facebook deal on your Facebook wall." Because every time it's talking about you, right? You can see here on the e-flyer button, there are multiple tools here. Your clients are going to get touched a handful of times, okay? Now, as I said in that little script there are a couple of tools. Every time a flyer goes out, a corresponding Facebook ad goes out, okay? And let's look at that and see like, oh, right, and what is that? Well, if we click view, this is going to show us a lot what the email looks like. And it basically is telling the client, copy what is between the red buttons, okay? And when I copy between the red buttons, what do we do then? We take it to Facebook. And as I showed you earlier, we've got places to, we've got tools for you, the real estate agent, to share to Facebook. But in this part of the strategy, we want your clients to put it on their Facebook wall. And not, just hang on a second here, guys, because I'm trying to get to Facebook right now. The reason being is that your clients are friends, they have family, they have colleagues on Facebook that you are in real estate, right? So when you're thinking, I want to get a referral, you probably do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to close a transaction, I'm going to help them buy or sell a house, and I'm going to lease some business cards. Don't forget me when your friends start talking about real estate, right? And that's great, but what if you took a tool like this and said, hey, dear client, please put this on your wall, right? Just copy and paste and put it there. So that's why a 5 or 10 second call is, because all they have to do is go, and I'm sorry this is running so slowly, but let me paste what I copied. Come on. There we go. That's good, that's good. Got to give it a second. I got all this software running, so this is just running a little bit slow. Normally it picks up a photograph, but because there's so much running, it may not see it. So I'm going to click post, we'll see what happens. It missed it. Normally there's a big picture of the house in here. And it looks great. And when somebody clicks on it, this is what's behind it. Give me a second. It's a web page, again, designed to market the home and generate leads for you. Okay? Now, let's not forget that right here is a message talking about you, right? To all your clients, friends, and family who are on Facebook. So it's a really, really good way of operating and using it. Those tools are automatically designed to hit your mailbox, and we definitely recommend it. So there's another great thing too that you got to be aware of, and we're going to have a new open house button, but right now under edit listing, there's a couple things. Up here on the left, you can edit your images. Right here, you can change your status. Remember I said coming soon and under contract and pending and just sold or for lease, things like that, right? And then there's the open house, right? So you just choose your date and your time and you save it at the bottom. And when you save it, tools are going to automatically get sent to you. Okay, they're just they're going to be in your mailbox like that fast. And the nice thing about it is that all the tools all are going to reflect the open house date and time. So I'm going to click on the single property website. We'll get a quick glance at what that looks like. Notice on the top right, it says open house Saturday right there on the listings page, but these tools have also been emailed automatically to you. So it's really smart to use our open house system. Put the list on it. All the lead gen, is designed to help you capture leads. All right. So those are the core tools. I want to kind of remind you that we do auto upload to YouTube. We auto post to WordPress. And these are designed to help you get SEO and get found on Google, because if your listing gets found on Google and it's one of our tools, it's going to help you generate leads. We also have QR codes, which means we have a corresponding mobile website. So your homes are optimized for mobile. And I'm sure I don't know what the number is now, but I think it's like more than 50% of Americans have a smartphone. So you need to be able to speak to that in the listing presentation, that you are ready for that. We've also got Craigslist posting tool here. And I know, I don't know how long you've been with Keller Williams, but man, they have been really big in Craigslist until about 2 years ago when Craigslist turned their website and turned it upside down. I do want to tell you though that I'd say 95% of real estate agents walked away from Craigslist that day. But the consumers didn't. It is the number 11 website in the country in terms of traffic, and you can still get leads there. You get fewer leads with higher conversion, so we definitely recommend that you pay attention to that. So I've been running on here for about a half hour, and I'm going to jump into landing pages and Facebook advertising. Before I do that, I'm just going to open it up. Are there any questions for you? Okay, looks like we're going okay then. So first of all, there's landing pages, right? And we got to talk about landing pages for what they are. There's a landing page tab up here, and landing pages are, you may have heard them as squeeze pages. And you can get a landing page for, let's just go with a Buffalo story, right? If you got a market like Buffalo, you just Buffalo. And when you do, and you click save, and you make sure that you spell it right and capitalize right, because it's going to be pushed under every one of these blue buttons. Okay? So when you got a farm area like Buffalo, you want a lot of landing pages. You might want hot lists. You might want something for a FSBO. You can click over here, and because you'll find FSBOs on Craigslist. You'll find them on you might buy a list of FSBOs, right? And you get this tool in front of them. It's going to have your branding, but it's going to say, hey, would you like some help marketing? Once they fill out, they check the boxes and hit next, they got to give their address and contact information, and we email all of that to you, right? We also have another page here if we go back to the listings dashboard, we also have a page for expireds. Those people are coming to us for and are really excited about are the landing pages designed to capture sellers? And we have a lot, right? We have some for empty nesters. There are a lot of people who are retired. You click down here and click see landing page. Excuse me. you know, they're retired and they got to downsize. So here's a landing page where they can get their home valuation instantly, and they get it online, and you get an email of the information that they received. Okay, and that's great stuff. Landing pages are a technology, and there's many ways of getting them in front of consumers. One of the top ways that our clients tend to get excited about are I'm going to click on Property Valuation Plus while we're talking here, and I'm going to click on my landing page. One of the top ways is to put it on Facebook. Now, page at the bottom here, and we can click See Landing Page, and I'm going to click on it, and you're going to see what the default landing page looks like. It's kind of nice, right? However, that background picture, you need to update it. You need to make it look like Buffalo. I don't know what Buffalo looks like, but pick a landmark, pick a waterfront, pick a bridge, pick a downtown street, get a picture, and click Edit right here. Put it on that page. I'm going to show you where you do that. Here it says landing page image. That's it. Put that in there, save it at the bottom. That's all you need to do. If you're one of those agents that likes to read through everything that's going on here, don't do that. Just upload the photograph, save it at the bottom, and then when you click view, you'll be able to look at it, right? So I'm going to click landing page dashboard, go back to Property Valuation Plus, and I'm going to click on my Lafayette one to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So I live in Lafayette, and this is the Lafayette Reservoir here, okay? It's this beautiful little place. There's a 2.5 mile walk, and everybody with a dog and a kid is on this trail. So if you live in Lafayette, this picture is really relevant, and that's what gives the consumer confidence, like, oh, this person must know my area, right? So choose something like that. I've got clients that put pictures of well-known restaurants, anything that like jogs the brain to say, oh yeah, this must be local, and put that back there, and then put it out on Facebook. Okay, so there are a couple of ways, and I'm going to kind of go over two topics and then we'll wrap up here. I'm going to show you how to put a property valuation landing page on Facebook, but I'm also going to point out that every Tuesday at noon we have a live training class about how to run ads on Facebook. So definitely learn that. I would say that's one of the most important things in real estate advertising right now. And I mentioned earlier that there's a Facebook page on the homepage, in the account homepage when you log in. And right now while I'm talking, I'm copying the URL, the website address for this. And I'm going to take us over to Facebook. Let's see. Now, this you got to follow along with, okay? There is a navigation bar up here. You got to click the little triangle pointing down. You need a business page to do this. And you want to click on Create Ads. All right? And like I said, we've got tutorials all over our site for this. So it brings you to a place, and when it finally gets there, I'll show you what it is. But the power of Facebook is that you can target by city and zip code people who do not even know you, right? They don't have to like your page. They don't have to be friends with you, nothing. They just have to be on Facebook in the zip code or city that you target. So the objective here is to send people to your website, okay? You don't need listings to do this. You can get listings. That's the whole point of this. And you paste in the link, and you can see a little wheel starts to spin, and it's working its magic. And then it opens up a whole page down below with some steps to do. And I'm going to kind of blast through them pretty quick, but at least you can see it. And then there's, for me, that's a Lafayette page. But you might want to have yours in Buffalo, right? So let's say Buffalo, New York. Now, since this is a property valuation page, you want to think of this, and you got to look at this. When you type in a city, it gives you a default of plus 25 miles. Now I know Buffalo's up by the lake up there, I think, and I don't know what's 25 miles outside of Buffalo, right? But it may not be relevant. You may not want somebody 25 miles away to see an ad about Buffalo. So I change it to no radius, because if they're going to look at what is your Buffalo homepage worth, you want to make sure they're living in Buffalo, right? Now, if you're running open house ads, or if you're running a just listed ad, or just sold on Facebook like this, you might want to say Buffalo plus 10 miles, because you want a lot of people to see that, hey, I've got stuff going on in real estate. That's really valuable. Now, usually there's a price point where people don't own homes. Let's just say there aren't many homeowners under 24. So that's a good thing to do. Change the age. And let's go here. You can change demographic to homeowners, but the big thing is you got to place a budget and limit how many days, right? So you click here to start and set an end date. We usually recommend you run ads for 3 days, 4 days max. And for a property valuation, I usually recommend $10 to $20 a day for 3 days. When you're running a listing page like coming soon, open house, things like that, you can do that for $2 to $3 a day for 3 or 4 days. When you do that, thousands of people are going to see that home. Okay, they're going to just see that ad, and they're going to start seeing that you're a realtor. So it's really smart to run an ad for $1 or $1 or $2 a day, right? But here we want listings, so we want a lot of people to click this, right? Now this says Lafayette because I pasted the Lafayette one, but I'm going to change this over here in Lafayette to Buffalo. And I'm going to change this to click here to get your online and sorry it's taking so long, but this is actually one of the most important parts, automated home value in less than Lord have mercy, sorry guys, than 15 seconds. So here's the thing we got to kind of remember, and you know, because I know you're with Keller Williams, and I know you know about lead generation, and we've all had Mickey Mouse at yahoo.com, right? So what we want here is we want to get a good quality lead, and so we want people to click this. So we want them to know a couple things. You're going to get the answer fast, and it's automated. You're not going to have to talk to me. They're going to see right here it says sponsored by Listings to Leads. In your case, it's going to be sponsored by you or your realty business page, right? But you want to take that fear away from the consumer when they see this to go, oh yeah, okay, this is a local deal, and I don't have to talk to anybody. I can get that answer now. Okay, awesome. Okay, there is some art to running these ads. It's really simple to run them. Okay, once you've done that, click place order, and that's it. And that's one of the things that people just, you know, if you run an ad for 3 days for 20 bucks, our clients come back with many times, I don't know, 1 dozen, 20, 50, even up to 100 listing leads in 1 3-day period. Because this thing just has huge reach. At least, I think it's 71% of Americans as of November of 2014 are on Facebook. I'm sorry, 71% of adults. There are a lot of people on Facebook. If it's not part of your business marketing strategy, you need to get it to be part of your business strategy. So that's a really cool thing to do there, right? That is just a really great thing to do. That's how you run a property valuation ad. Join us for our live training. We've got tutorials on the website, and you can definitely learn how to do that. But I want to show you one more thing to do with our page, right? And what I want to do is, oh, there's Aaron. Give me a second, guys. I'm waiting for the page to pull up. This is our mastermind group. Yep. So I pointed out earlier in the call that you should join our mastermind group. But there's something really good here, and actually, and the reason why it's great, I mean, people are sharing information every day here. They're saying this is what's working, this is what's not working, something new, and this is what's happening. And that's great. But one of our clients actually is Keller Williams' agent. Put a really cool postcard, and I'm going to show it to you right now. It's in the photo section. You can actually find it on the main news feed here, but it's easier for me to find it on the photo section. Because print marketing, that a lot of people like to do. They feel like, I want to target my farm, right? I got to print a newsletter. I got to print whatever. A postcard, a just sold postcard, a just listed postcard, things like that. And if you just sort of think it through, attaching that print campaign to a landing page is just giving awesome results. And I'll tell you, we set up an office over in New Jersey just not long ago, and Vince every year is to sell or send a letter to this little farm area, 800 homes. We do it. We send them the highs and the lows and the snapshots of whatever's going on in that area, and you know that's just like fluff. He says we get nothing from that. He said this year we wrote a very simple letter. That letter is also in the mastermind group right now. And it just says, hey, we've been giving you information all the time. We think it's important. We know you like it. But this year we invested in some technology that can help you get your home value instantly online. Go to this webpage. That guy mailed that letter to 800 homes and got 5 listings this year so far. It's June. He sent that out in January for a mailing of 800. This is a Keller Williams agent. And these are 2 sides of his postcard saying this home is just listed, little information on the house, open house, there's his number, there's his logo. But on the back side is find out what your home is worth. Go to this website. And that website is pointing to our landing page. This agent gave this to 500 homes and got 9 home values so far. So this is just really good stuff. Landing pages are really useful because they have one function: get a lead, right? So that's my story, folks. That's listings to leads. That's kind of all I can give you now because there's a lot of information and a lot of tools here. I'm sure your head's probably spinning if you're still on this call right now of everything we've got. We do have live training classes. You can join them by clicking the listings page. And on the top of the listings page is our training calendar for the week. And we have everything that's coming up. You can sign up. We'll give it a second for that to pull up. And lots to learn, lots of great things to do here, right? It's really designed for your complete business. So take some time and learn it. If you have questions, feel free to go to contact support up here. There is on contact support, there are 4 people who watch this during the week. On the weekend, Scott and myself watch this. So this box right here is the best way to get in touch with us. Because when 4 people are watching, that question gets answered really quick. So we've also got tutorials here for if you've got any questions. And we're happy to help.